Welcome to Investor Copilot. I am Viraj, and today I will talk about the sentiment and outlook of the US and Canadian stock markets going into the first and second quarter of 2024. So let's get started. Now, first of all, we should all acknowledge that economic conditions are tough, and it does not seem like the markets will go into a reasonable bull run and will take a growth trajectory for the first two quarters of 2024. Looking at the inflation numbers, the pressures on your personal budgets, and overall financial situation, the sentiment regarding the market does not seem positive. But I want to present to you three reasons which will explain why there is a likely bull run and the market will react in a positive way and go up in 2024. Scenarios will be different for US markets, that is Nasdaq or NYSE, and other markets in the US, and Canadian markets, that is governed by TSX and NEO. Conditions may be different, but a bull run is expected on both markets. So let's look at those reasons. The first one is basically corporate profits or profitability driven by AI and ML. The research going on in artificial intelligence and the investments that many companies, big and small corporations, are making in AI and ML will drive consumer confidence, investor confidence towards the future of those companies. So the outlook is positive for AI because the results expected from AI and machine learning and such concepts and the products that will come out of this definitely have a positive impact on investor psyche, and it is expected that these products will revolutionize the way we do business. It's has been a long way coming, and it will take some time, a few years, 4 or 5 years, for AI products to mature. But it is starting now. It has started definitely now, and this will have a definite impact on corporate profits later on. So investments are always made on a hunch, on a prediction of how a corporation will do. They are not based always on results. The predictions for AI and ML right now are positive for many companies, and that is a driving factor for investor confidence, especially institutional investors. So AI and ML research will drive profitability later on, is the expectation, and that is why corporate profits will increase and people will be able to put their money in these corporations expecting a profit later on. So that is one factor, definitely. Second one is money markets. So, as of today, about $5.96 trillion are lying around in the US money markets. When I say money markets, that is fixed income predominantly, which is bonds, GICs, and bonds of all issuer variety. So, it's a big umbrella, but about $6 trillion are in the US economy, uh, are parked in fixed income products and in the money market right now. In Canada, this number is about a little less than one tenth of this, so it is around $500 million-ish. But that is the size of the Canadian market, and there's a lot of money in the money markets in Canada as well. Now, what is going to happen is that as the interest rates come down, bonds will become less attractive, and slowly this money will start trickling and later on heavily flowing into the stock markets. So there is nowhere, to be honest, for this money to go apart from private equity and the stock markets. This will happen eventually this year, next year. It's not a sudden process, it's gradual, but it will happen, and that will give a boost to the markets. Where did this money come from? So this is basically post-COVID impact. There was a lot of capital raised by central banks, North American central banks, European banks as well in COVID. And once money is printed, it has to be either invested or spent. So money once printed by banks has to be circulated through the economy. There is no other way for this money to be parked. There is nothing that can be done. It has to move through the economy. It is in the money markets right now, but eventually it will go into stocks and institutional investment will increase. So this is another trigger for bull run. And lastly, I'm sure all of you have guessed this reason. So, Bank of Canada and US Federal Reserves are expected to drop their interest rates progressively in 2024 and 2025. These rates stand at 5% for BOC and about 5.25% for the federal feds right now, and they are expected to come down. Now, as interest rates come down, what happens is that capital is unlocked and capital starts flowing rapidly through the economy. When more capital is available, borrowings also increase, and these borrowings basically are due to expansion plans or investment plans by corporations and institutional investors as well. So that will happen. The economy is not going to completely recover, but it will take a positive turn. It will start taking a positive turn where interest rates decrease and more capital will be available. This will also trigger a rise in the stock markets. So we have basically corporate profits, the availability of funds in the money markets, and the interest rate decline, which is expected as three basic reasons why we can see a sustained bull run in 2024, definitely. These are my reasonings for it. Please make any comments on what you think about this, but be positive about the investment outlook and look out for some suggestions from me on ETFs and stocks that you can take advantage of. It will be a good time to invest in at least the first three quarters of 2024. So look forward to it. Thank you very much.